Everybody get your fucking hands up.
Hey guys, what's going on? We're here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing a tier listing ranking. I know you can't see on the screen, but you can see the perks in the corner. So if I'm going to turn on my display capture so you guys are going to see the thing here. But here we go. Here is the tier list for the perks. So we got God tier perk, which is like the most overpowered perk, or one of the best perks in the game. Then we have A, B, C, D, and F. And then we have underneath F trash, which is not a very good perk to have in the game, to be honest. Like, or not even a good perk in general to be in the game. So we're gonna go from Deadshot all the way to Widow's Wine. So it's all the perks from World at War all the way up to Black Ops 3. So I'm not gonna include Elemental Pop because I just wanted to do all the way up to Black Ops 3. And then that's going to be that. And then maybe we'll put in Elemental Pop in the next time I do this. So we're going to start off with Deadshot Daiquiri. Deadshot Daiquiri was introduced to zombies in Call of the Dead. And it's supposed to make you aim for the zombies' heads, which is kind of useful when you're like definitely doing like that challenge in Origins when you have to get the 115 headshots. But to be honest, after a certain round, the perk is kind of useless. Like, even if you aim for the head, it's not going to kill them. Even if you have, like, an overpowered gun. Unless you have, like, the Ray Gun Merc 2, then pretty much like that. But after that, it's kind of pointless. So, it's between B and D for me. But, so, if it's between there, I'm just going to put it at C. So, not a bad perk. You can get it if you want to, or get it for free when you kill George Romero. Or just buy it in general. I find it's a decent perk. Alright, next perk here is we have Double Tap, the original Double Tap. So this increases your firepower by, I don't know how much percent, but it's not a bad perk. It's a really good perk, especially when you're in the high rounds and you have to use your weapon and the weapon comes dull after a certain point. That increases, and then you get Double Tap and increases your firepower. And Double Tap was introduced in Call of Duty World at War Verrückt. Verrückt is the first zombies map ever to have perks. So so it's been in the game for a long time. I think the only map that it's not in is Ascension. I think Ascension is the only one without Double Tap. So my ranking here for Double Tap is I'm going to give it the A treatment. Double Tap is the original OG perk. You can't really get rid of it. Everyone picks it up. It's an awesome perk to have. And 100% it deserves an A tier. So next we have is Double Tap 2.0 or Double Tap 2. Now, I've seen people say it increases more of your fire rate, like fires more than just the 2 bullets as the original Double Tap did. And this one was introduced in Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Transit. It's the brand new perk. Well, it's not brand new. It's just Double Tap, just like more powerful, I guess. But I kind of don't see it. I kind of see Double Tap 2 as basically the same thing as Double Tap. So I'm going to put this one at A as well. It's hard to say. I might change my mind later on. And plus, this is just my opinions, guys. You guys may have different opinions. But this is my opinion. This is my go right here. Next is we have Electric Cherry. Electric Cherry was introduced in Mob of the Dead for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And then what this does is when you reload, it shocks the zombies. Now, I have some business with this one. Not really business, but kind of pickiness with this perk. If you pick it up and you try to reload, sometimes it will not work. And it's hard too. If you don't have like an overpowered gun, you get trapped and you reload. It's just going to shock the zombies in front of you. The other ones are still going to come in. But it kind of is useful if you have insta-kill and you reload. But it's kind of glitchy when you first load in and then try to like, even when you buy it, it may work the first couple times. Oh, sorry. But then it might not work the next time. So Electric Cherry is definitely going to go at a D ranking. I do like it. I do like this perk. It's just that it doesn't really want to work most of the time. But most people probably have different opinions. This is my opinion. Luxury gets a D. Now on to. I'm not gonna even say it. I'm not gonna. I'm just not. Juggernaut gets the God ranking. Everybody knows why Juggernaut gets the God ranking. It's one of the best perks, and Juggernaut was introduced the same time as Double Tap in Varrook in Call of Duty World at War. And Juggernaut, you cannot mistake a Juggernaut, to be honest. So, what this perk does is increases your health. Like when you're playing zombies, 2 hits, you go down. Basically, that's what it is. But this one turns it into a lot more hits for the zombies. Especially in the higher ends when you have a lot more swingers and like when you're playing solos and all that stuff, the zombies become more powerful and all that stuff, and they swing a lot more. So this one will increase your health, unless you're playing World at War and you're playing Darice, and you accidentally use the Wonder Waff to shock the zombies, and you shock yourself. Because once when you shock yourself, you lost your Juggernaut. You're going down 2 hits. So that's not really much. There's not really much to say about this perk. There's a lot of things to say about this perk, but it automatically gets the God perk. Next up we have is Mule Kick. Mule Kick was introduced to zombies in Moon, but for some reason it was a glitch. I don't know if it's the glitch or something, but it was in every Call of Duty Black Ops map from Kino all the way down to Moon until Moon was released, and everybody knew that that was going to be the mystery perk. So what Mule Kick does, it gives you 4 guns instead of 2. But it's hard to say. If you go down, what gun are you going to lose? Because you could have 3 guns. For instance, like a Thunder Gun, a Pack-a-Punch Mustang and Sally, or a Pack-a-Punch M16. You don't know what gun you're going to lose. So if you go down, say for instance you lost your Thunder Gun and you thought you still had it, then you're just stuck with Mustang and Sally and the M16, which is not a bad combo, but still, you would lose like your Thunder Gun or your Ray Gun, or it depends on what weapon. But what my weapon system is for it is I remember what weapon I replace my pistol with. That's what I always do. Is I remember what say I had the pistol and MP40, and then the Thunder Gun popped up. I would remember the Thunder Gun is my pistol weapon, and then I will go buy Mule Kick, and then I'll pull it up to the Thunder Gun, and then buy another weapon. So Mule Kick does have his cons and stuff, but what I'm going to do is put Mule Kick at C. C is a decent perk. I love Mule Kick. Mule Kick was like a really good perk back in the day. It still is, but it does have its cons where it's any weapon basically. Then you lose your gun, and it could be like an overpowered gun. Maybe not, but it could happen. All right, next perk we have is PhD Flopper. Now, PhD Flopper was introduced in Ascension for Black Ops 2. PhD Flopper is a perk where if you throw it doesn't give you damage with explosive weapons. So if you have the ray gun where it does splash damage, it won't damage you at all. So if you're trapped in a corner with Mustang and Sal and you shoot, it's not going to damage you. And what you can do is Dolphin Dive, which is pretty sick, and it creates like this splash damage. And uh, PhD Flopper is in Black Ops 2, but only on Origins when you play solo or with your friends. And it's also on Grief mode on Mob of the Dead. And same thing with Mule Kick. So for me, PhD Flopper gets the God perk. It's like Juggernaut, where you don't get, but this one you don't get damage from explosive weapons, like if you use an rocket launcher, RPG, Mustang and Sally, ray gun. So it won't give you damage. Alright, the next one is Quick Revive. Quick Revive has been in Call of Duty since Verrückt for Call of Duty World at War. Originally, it was only there for reviving teammates. Originally, if you had played solo and you picked it up, you're not gonna get revived. You're just gonna die basically until Black Ops, and then they changed it so you can be revived when you're playing solo, which is kind of cool how they fixed it. It does have there's no problem with quick revive besides the World at War quick revive where it doesn't pick you up. So there's really nothing there. I'm gonna give Quick Revive. I'm gonna give it a B because of how it was in World at War, and it cost so much back in World at War. Even when you're playing solo, it was like 1,500 points, and then when you play solo, it's 500, and then 1,500 when you play online as well. All right, next perk is Speed Cola. Speed Cola speeds up your life. Speed Cola has been around since Call of Duty World at War on Verrucht, and this helps you reload faster, especially when you have like a such slow gun. Like say you have like the RPK or whatever that other heavy machine gun is in zombies. And same thing with the World at War weapons too. It helps you reload faster, so you don't take like 1,000 years to reload it. Especially when you're killing like a whole ton of zombies and you don't know if your weapon's gonna reload fast enough. So that's all I gotta say about it. It's gonna get A to me. So here's the tier ranking so far. Nobody got an F or on the trash right here. All right, next perk is Stamina. Stamina was brought into us from the Call of Duty map Ascension and Black Ops, and there's a lot of good things to say in this perk. It helps you run faster, get away from them zombies pretty fast, especially when you're like lugging around like a big weapon. Because there's obviously going to be like big weapons in the game, like big like machine guns and everything, rocket launchers. It helps you run faster, basically. And to me, I've always been picking up stamina ever since it was released. Stamina's always been there. And if it's like a certain map that is easy to like to train and all that stuff, I just don't pick up quick revive. To be honest, I just don't. Then I either go buy double tap or a different perk. But stamina soda obviously is gonna get a god perk. Stamina is really, really good. It's 100% worth it too. Alright, next perk is Tombstone. So Tombstone was brought to us on Black Ops 2 Transit, but only way to get Tombstone is you have to be playing online with people. Unless you play Call of Duty Cold War, then Tombstone is in that one too. So Tombstone was only in Black Ops 2, never in Black Ops 3, and then made its return in Cold War. But Tombstone and Cold War, that's a whole different bag of potatoes. We're just gonna talk about this one here. Um, Tombstone, when you buy it and then you go down, you can either let your teammate revive you or you basically kill yourself, basically. And then a tombstone will pop up on your body. And then when you come back, you go pick up your tombstone, you'll have all your money, guns, and perks back. Or you can get perks that you never had, because there is a way for you to get every perk in the map with tombstone. But to me, I don't see the point of getting tombstone. Like, it's not that much of a trash perk, because it does give you back all your stuff, but to me, I wouldn't even buy it. Uh, I just find it's useless unless you are playing uh, town. If you're playing town, then there's a point of getting it. But to me, I don't see a point in getting it. Tombstone's not a trash perk, but I'm going to give it a F. Next up is Vulture Aid. Vulture Aid was introduced to us only in Buried in Black Ops 2. And what this does, it shows everything on the map that you don't have. Like, for instance, if you have only, say, Juggernaut, uh, Speed Cola, Double Tap, and Vulture Aid, it shows all the perks around the map that you don't have. And then you kill zombies, and this green smoke comes up, and you go in that green smoke, and it makes you, the zombies don't recognize you, so you can, like, reload or cool down your paralyzer or whatever. And the other thing is, if you kill zombies, it drops bullets and money. So that's actually a useful perk, especially like if you're in a high round and your paralyzer is like almost gonna freeze on you, like cause at like I don't know what number it is. I think it's like 115 when it's not pack a punch, and then like something else higher pack punch. I don't know. But Vulture Aid is a really good perk, an awesome perk, and I would recommend getting it even if you don't really want to pick it up. But it's going to be helpful when you have a paralyzer. So this one will get a A for me. Next up is Who's Who. And then Who's Who was introduced to us in Call of Duty Black Ops to Die Rise, and that's the only map it was in. I don't think I have to talk a whole lot about this, but this perk does get the trash perk. I like the jingle. That's the only thing I like about this perk is the jingle. I love the perk jingles. Um, but it's useless. It really is, because what it does is if you go down, you basically spawn as yourself again, but with only a pistol. You have all your money and stuff, but just a pistol. And if you're in a tight space where nowhere to run, you're basically done for. Like, honestly, you're basically done for. You're better off just leaving the game. Because you're not. And when you do get yourself up, you lose your Who's Who. And it's kind of useless. Not gonna lie. Especially if you're playing by yourself. Especially, too, when you're playing with people. I just find it's useless. It's not a good perk. Next up, the last perk is Widow's Wine. Widow's Wine was introduced to us on Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Shadows of Evil. And this perk is actually not a bad perk. Honestly, it's not. It turns your grenades into spider webs, so if a zombie hits you, it freezes them. So this is basically kind of like Electric Cherry, just a big different. Because if you get stuck, all the zombies that are around you will freeze, and the ones in the back can't hit you, which is obviously good. So you can just like reload your gun and spray them down with whatever gun you have. To me, this one will get A plus or just an A. Yep. So that obviously gets an A. But guys, here is my perk tier list. This is just my opinion. Maybe you guys have different opinions on certain perks where they belong. But guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like. Want to see more? Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification wherever I go live, post a video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.